My name's Marion Quinn. I'm the CEO with the Childhood Development Initiative, and I'm delighted to welcome you to our short introduction to our restorative practice programme. We have been delivering and driving restorative practice as a key way of working with children and families here in Tallaght since 2010. During that time, we have trained large numbers of people, both living and working in the community, through statutory services like the local authority and schools, and also community and voluntary groups, including lots of residents and parents, and very especially some of the young people living here in Tallaght. We've had the work evaluated by the National University for Ireland in Galway, and that evaluation has demonstrated some really positive outcomes from the restorative practice programme. We are especially pleased to see how well the young people have embraced this way of working, how enthusiastic they are about it, and how much it makes sense to them in their daily lives, both in school and in the community.
Restorative practices is about building relationships and managing conflict in a very positive and effective manner. People who have taken on this training, which is very straightforward training, they get a simple set of tools which build on what they do very well already. And what the difference that restorative practice makes is it helps them to do what they do well more consistently and more effectively. We've been told by people who've taken on restorative practices that it is really powerful in terms of improving the way they do their work, the way they manage their relationships, and they get better outcomes from any conflict situations that have arisen.
I'm Garda Tom Reardon and I work in Tallaght Garda Station. I'm a community guard and I look after 6 housing estates in West Tallaght. 2 years ago I was introduced to restorative practices, and since then I have brought it into some aspects of my work. Generally, the aspects of the work that it has helped greatly in is problems between neighbours, where neighbours may have a dispute over an issue and they just have no impasse around this problem. And I have been called up to take report of this incident, and basically what we've done then is to help these parties to keep away from courts and to stop the problem from escalating to any crazy level. What we've done is we've sat down with the groups using the model given to us by restorative practices and to work out these problems, and it has proved great success. And basically what it's doing is it kind of gives a platform for both parties to show respect to each other.
Well, the changes I've seen around the centre is the fact that the young people are respecting their centre, respecting the people that work in it. The people who work in it as well are respecting the youths. There's less antisocial behaviour going on. There's less situations that arise where you come down from upstairs and you hear the fact that there's staff members and there's children in the reception area and there's just bedlam. Like, there is no more of that. And the knock-on effect is when they leave the centre and go out into the community. I was speaking to one of the representatives from the council of late, and he has told me that there's been a decline with the antisocial behaviour in the area, and I firmly do believe that has somewhat got to do with the restorative practice, because we've taught these youths how, where if they respect themselves and respect their area, that people in turn will respect them and believe in them and want to listen to them. So if they have an issue, rather than going and spraying somewhere or smashing a window, just come and talk to us and they will be listened to and their points are valued.
The introduction of restorative practices as a whole school approach has really given us an opportunity to strengthen the caring community that we have in the school. One thing I've noticed with our use of restorative practice in the school, and particularly the circles, is the way the children support each other. And they don't try to get one up on each other so much, because everybody's going to have to give their opinion, and everybody's opinion is valued and respected in the circle. Everyone gets a chance to speak, and that's a very, very positive thing.
Restorative practice for us is the ability to deal at a very quick, effective level with conflict as it arises, either in the classroom or particularly in the yard. The idea would be that by getting it to the children, they grow with it and expand their ability to operate the circles themselves, and then bring it into the community. So we have it in the junior school, senior primary and the community, and we would be hoping that with that level of education around conflict management, around the ability to sort things out, where it's a win-win situation, and that's the powerful part of restorative practice, that there isn't a guilt game, it's not a name and shame, it's about restoring dignity to the harmed and ability to listen to the person who may have perpetrated the harm. So yeah, we would be hopeful of great things when it moves out into the community, as it is doing.
I set up programmes for children at risk of early school leaving. So in that, I start any after-school programmes with circles. We've homework clubs, we've boys and girls clubs, we've compass groups, and we begin everything in a circle. And that usually has a very calming effect on the young people I work with.
Restorative practice means to me that I have a new way of working with groups, a way in which I can repair harm and rebuild relationships amongst young people. It also encourages young people that I work with to empathise and to take and realise each other's perspectives.
Restorative practice we use in our group every day, and it teaches us how to open up each other's perspective, to build up relationships and be in a safe environment where we can share things and that.